So, speaking about Hebrew construct chains again, let's see what we can learn. These are the chains that actually are represented by noun phrases. Noun phrases with a number of nouns placed next to each other, placed together, with an of or possessive relationship between them. Let's look at the examples. Here we have kol ha'ish, the voice of the man. Now in Hebrew we do not see this of as an extra word, but we do see kol, a noun, and ha'ish is another noun placed together, put together into this tight grammatical relationship. So the next one would be melech, melech ha'aretz, melech ha'aretz, the king of the land. Again, this of is not as an extra word inside in this relationship, but we have two nouns put together next to each other in this tight relationship. We know this is the king of the land. The next one is Eved HaMelech. Eved HaMelech. The servant of the king. Here we have the translation again, the servant of the king. Now, these are the Hebrew construct chains. This is one of the smallest, shortest construct chains possible because it has just two nouns to it, a construct noun and an absolute noun. In the construct chain, there may be only one absolute noun, and it's always the last noun of the construct chain. Now, the construct nouns are all previous nouns, and it can be one, as you see in these examples, or it can be up to almost any number that you want to put together. So, Eved, Melech, and Kol actually are construct nouns because they are in this Hebrew construct chain, and they are not the last nouns of the construct chain. Only the last noun of the construct chain is an absolute noun. So ha'ish, ha'aretz, ha'melech are the last nouns of the construct chain, and they are absolute nouns. They also absolute noun means that they are in absolute state, which actually is their lexical form. So the usual form that you would meet in the lexicons or dictionaries, the same form would appear as the last noun of the construct chain, while every other noun being the construct noun, first, second, third, fifth, if it's a construct chain that contains or consists of 6 nouns, would be in construct state. Construct state is different from the absolute state or lexical form, not always, but most of the times, due to the fact that through this tight relationship, the stress is actually being pulled onto the last noun, onto the absolute noun. That's why the previous noun or nouns have to have a little bit different form to be able to accommodate this change. Okay, let's see what we can say about that. What else we can say about that? Construct chains function as a tight unit with its own stress. There you go. Usually on the last noun, the absolute noun, and one common definiteness or indefiniteness. This means that the whole construct chain, as we see here, 1, 2nd, 3rd, can be either definite or indefinite. Now, how will that be determined? This will be determined only by definiteness or indefiniteness of the absolute noun. We have to notice that the construct nouns, okay, the first, the second, the third, the fourth noun of a construct chain consisting of 5 nouns, okay? The first 4 are construct nouns, then the 5th is the absolute noun. And the whole construct chain can be either definite or indefinite, depending on the definiteness or indefiniteness of the last noun, which is the absolute noun. The absolute noun can be definite under one of the following circumstances, if it has the definite article, this is not necessarily. Let's read first the rules, okay? If it has a definite article, if it has a pronominal suffix, or if it is a proper noun. So now we maybe can look at these Hebrew phrases. Sefer Avihu, Sefer Avihu, the book of his father, Eved Shmuel, the servant of Shmuel, of Samuel. Beit HaMelech, Beit HaMelech, the house of the king. Now, see, every one of those is definite. The book of his father, the servant of Samuel, the house of the Melech, of the king. Just because the last noun, which is the absolute noun, is definite. Now, the first one, in first construct chain, we see the last noun, avihu, and it's definite because it has what? The pronominal suffix, avihu, his father, and that's why we say it's a definite book, the book of his father, of a definite person. The next one is Eved Shmuel. Again, the servant of Samuel, because this is a specific servant of Samuel. And Samuel is definite because it is a proper noun, right? Samuel. Beit HaMelech, the house of the king, is also definite because the king has a definite article. Obviously, it is definite. We're talking about definiteness and the three possibilities to determine definiteness. You have to remember these: the definite article, a pronominal suffix, or a proper noun as a name. Determines definiteness. Okay, and here we have a huge construct change just because we can do it. Let's see and read the first one. Divrei Eved Achi HaMelech. Divrei Eved Achi HaMelech. Now again, if we're talking about the absolute noun and the construct nouns, we see the absolute noun, of course, is the last one. We said there can be only one in the construct chain, while the construct nouns can be 1, 2, 3. Here in that particular construct chain, it's 3 construct nouns and 1 absolute noun. The absolute noun will determine the definiteness of the whole chain, and because we see that the absolute noun has a ha up front, the definite article, we can say the whole chain, construct chain, will be definite. So, Divrei Eved Achi HaMelech. We also can see that the first 3 nouns, being construct nouns, actually just might have slight changes in their form because they are in a construct state. Okay, they're not an absolute state most of the times. Some of them might be still in the construct state is the same as the absolute, as you see in the middle one, in the Eved, the second construct noun. You see it didn't really change from the absolute state because this is a sagolate nouns. They do not change. Their construct state and absolute state are the same. We see the first noun, divrei. That kind of looks similar to what we have learned as davar, word, thing. And we do know that divrei is actually a change construct state for the masculine plural. So this would actually mean divarim, right? But it cannot take this long form because the stress moves from this, that, and that noun up onto the last absolute noun. So we have to have this slight change. In masculine plural, ending im will become ending a. Something that happens a lot in construct chains. So divrei, the words, Eved, of the servant, Achi, of the brother, Hamelech, of the king. Now, Achi is also a specific, it's a construct noun and has a construct state because it has a yacht at the end.